Okay. The first scenario is going to be that you are 6 months into grid down, fallen world, Mad Max world. Okay. We're 6 months in. All
Okay.
right. You and whatever group you can imagine that it has to include like people you already know. You didn't meet like Chuck Norris somewhere and he's a part of the group, right? So it's you and the team of people you'd likely be with, family, friends, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you are in your location. You are dwindling down on certain supplies. Let's say medical supplies. All right.
Mm-hmm. Probably
You,
food.
probably food too. But we have an injured person due to just a normal style accident that happened. Um,
They were
and
chopping wood, and then they slipped with the axe, and it hit their foot.
perfect, right? So we do have a certain amount of gauze. We have a certain amount of antibiotic cream. But we started this incident with low supplies, and we think that we're only going to be able to take care of this injury for probably 2-3 days. And so what you have to do is you have to say, me and my team, you can choose how many guys you have with you, how many are staying behind, how many are coming with you, and you have to go 6 miles on foot to a location that you might think has supplies there. Okay. Let's say it's
6 miles there, 6 miles back.
6 miles there, 6 miles back.
Okay.
All right. And on your way to this location, okay, you come across different things, right? 6 miles is a long way. You have to pass through outskirts of cities or more suburban areas that have a lot of people in it. And you realize when you get about 2 miles away that there is like a gang that has basically occupied a small area that you need to travel through. Okay.
Okay.
Your options when you get to this area is pass through with some type of barter system, get there, beg them for aid, see if they have any aid, see if they'll let you pass through, try to discover what's going on at this. Let's say it's a hospital or a clinic that's where your ideal location was to get to. And that's one option. You can either interact with them, see what would happen, or
Schwack
you
'em.
could have to travel around the entire thing, a longer distance to try to, where does it end? Where does it stop? Where are there guards? Whatever. So your first conclusion is like, what are you going to go to from there? Which one of these two things? Are you going to avoid the entire group area, or are you going to try to interact with them? Or you could come up with a third option if you would like. If you have a different option in your mind, you could come up with.
Let me ask this, if I may. So trying to kind of set the stage as much as possible. What is the environment like at that point? Because 6 months in, you kind of go through these like roller coaster vibes of like how the morale is, how the environment that you're living in. Like maybe at the beginning there's a lot of fear, then there's camaraderie, people helping each other, then there's scarcity and people losing things, people killing, and like, is it like it? Are we in an environment where if you see a person, it's danger engagement, or it's like, let's see how that, like, what's the environment like that we're going off of?
So yeah, 6 months in, government hasn't come in to fix anything. We live in a fallen, broken society. The rule of law includes whoever's in charge at the very moment. You're obviously looking at an area that has armed people walking around, people on posts. You're looking at people doing drugs, some of the groups of these guys hanging out over here, but you can kind of tell that like this is a neighborhood that all messes with each other, right?
Okay,
So there's
we're
probably
outside.
some leadership. Yeah, you're outside. And it's obviously a non-permissive environment, right? So you're gonna have to think. So what would be the conversation between you and your group on how you would approach this situation, basically?
Am I still delayed?
You seem better.
All right, good.
All right.
So let me
you're
ask
way
this: so when you say we all mess with each other, okay, what is the vibe? Like he's acting in the area, so we're 6 miles away from these people, so we've obviously encountered somebody. Is it a cordial? Are they cordial? I mean, or is it all out anarchy right now? Because that's going to depend on how I approach these people.
They don't seem like your average American. There's people speaking foreign languages. Let's say it's a Muslim. Let's say it's all Muslim.
Oh,
okay. So like they all mess with each other, but they you didn't know this was 4 miles away at the time because you've been trying to keep a low profile. Maybe your scouts maybe had like an idea of it, but didn't have an exact location. So you come across.
Do you know where Bonnie is?
Bonnie?
Yeah. Oh, that might be what I'm looking for. Hold on. Is that
That's Crunchy Mom.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll run it for a second. Go ahead, do your thing. Okay. So I guess what I'm hearing in this situation is like you said, if we're within, about 6 or so miles of them, we may have encountered them. But I would guess that this could be an area that they're occupying that they may not even be from the area. They may just be traveling together. So I would say 6 months in, food is scarce, resources are scarce. I would say the most dangerous thing in existence at that point is other humans. So we could be able to broker a deal. You might not be able to. So we got to proceed with caution. So I would say, just for consistency in this, we should all come up with a number on how many people are at our compound. So I think we should.
At our compound or with us?
At your compound.
In our group.
Because you have to make a strategic decision on who comes, how many people come, how many people stay, what your security percentage is. Like all these things matter when making a decision like this.
Let's say you have 14 people. You have about 5 kids. You have, let's say 5 kids. You have, so we're down to 9.
I think they'd be a little, with 6 months in, we already, and I know we all know a lot of people. I'd say,
okay,
you
did
probably
all of them survive 6 months in.
That's a tough. I would say we have 30 people at a compound and 15 operators. Like 15 of them are operators. That would be my
operators, or they own a gun.
military
functional riflemen.
Yeah, military age men with fingers.
Some mams.
Yeah,
we got.
Right. Let's drop it down to 12. 12 guys. Okay. And I'll give you upwards of 30. You got women and children in there, and you have 12 men and an older gentleman. I'll throw you another one. So you have 2 elder gentlemen who are capable, and you have 12 military-aged males there as well.
I feel like I should have been writing this down.
You got 14 men, and you have 30 people total.
And the injured party is staying behind.
Definitely.
Injured party staying behind.
Okay, all right, because that would be a game changer in this thing too. If I gotta carry him on a sled, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who starts? I think you know what, Delta Mike. This is your first time rocking with us. Maybe you should start.
Throw me out there. All right, I'm going with 5 people. We're gonna leave some guys back at the compound.
Cool.
I would say I'm gonna take some pretty competent guys. And when we approach the ops, if there's no way around, what I think I would do is maybe find a vantage point where we could approach them with one person and say, hey, we're coming to pass through. We have an injured person. Do we have help? Is there anything you can offer us? We're not looking to take anything. And if they try anything, we just pop them. You make the move first, we're going to pop you. I mean, that's how I would look at it. I mean, I don't, if we have no way to go around and our only way to get through there is to
you could go around, but it's gonna bring you basically an extra like 4 miles. Man, it'll bring you it'll double your distance. Let's say, well, if you're 2 miles out, you've gone 4 miles. Yeah, it's gonna increase your journey to a 16-mile journey.
Man, 6 months in, man, that's
there.
But see, the thing is that you can't just open fire on these guys. You can't just say, all right, I'm going to whack them all, because now you're exposed. Not only are you exposed, you've exposed everybody else. You lose anybody.
Well,
that's taken.
Or I'll wait. My bad. I'll wait my turn.
No. Go ahead.
Tell Hart you're spot on. I do agree.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, and also if they accept you as a guest, if they say, okay, you're good, come on in, their culture and their their way of living, aside from certain countries wiping their butts with their hands, they are very, very giving and caring and nurturing. And even if you are someone that they fundamentally disagree with and hate, their religion is to feed you, clothe you, allow you to sleep in their bed, and literally give them the shirt off your back and send you on your way. It's that's funny, but
yeah. No,
I still fundamentally disagree with every single thing that aside from that. But yeah, I do agree. I live in India land, so my bad.
But I would definitely say that, first of all, as we approach, I'm not just going to just say, all right, you guys hang back. I'm going to try to figure out if we can see how many guys they have, what they have, how they're acting, see if I can get some kind of intel of how they're going to act. And then once we kind of get a vantage point, I'll make it clear, hey, I'm not alone. We're just trying to talk. I come in peace. I've got an injured person. Is there anything that you have that could help us? We're not here to steal from you. If there's nothing you have, can I pass through and keep on looking? And then from that point, I guess scenario number 2, what happens? I mean, are they, hey, yeah, sure, come on through, or no, you're not passing by here. At that point, you either got to go around or you got to go through them.
Well, you might not get that opportunity if negotiations fail,
Yeah, and that's why you only send one person up. I would say you're going to have at least a team of 5 or 6. You send one person up to say something, and at that point, if they try to do something to one of your guys, you just get a long guy on Overwatch to just pop them.
How many guys we talking about, Red Dawn? How many guys are at this?
Oh man, hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yeah, I mean, because you're talking about like a small neighborhood, right? Where it's probably like a square mile, maybe a little more, square half a mile.
So they've got a setup. They are a functional operating community. I mean, they have what we need.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
They may have what you need for sure, but also you're looking at it. And it looks very Middle Eastern at this point. We're 6 months without government, without systems, without currency. Okay, so you're looking at and by saying Muslims, Islamicists, I mean, you're talking about a large neighborhood. So you don't know. There's probably nice Muslims there. There's probably Islamicists. There's probably like a group of younger men who are more radical inside of this area, right? Like you're having it's basically like a mixed Muslim community. The thing is they're not Americans. We could have picked, I don't know, Hispanics, and like there could be
French. It could be
whatever it is. It's just that they're not really American, and you can see there's a community there.
Yeah, and so I would, at that point, I would just I think we would step back. We got to get our guy help. Especially for us, we're limited on. We don't have 100 people. We don't have all this stuff, so we need everybody that we can have, and especially if this is a military age man that can help, on in our defense and opposition, then we want to keep him healthy. So I would say, hey, you'd get a vantage point, have an overwatch, somebody that can see what's going on, have other guys follow me up. I'll approach the gate, say, hey, we got an injured guy. I need antibiotics if you got anything, some sutures, something that I can use to get my guy straight, and we'll be out of your hair.
So
if you, at that point,
Sharia law, Marengo?
Yeah, Sharia's law. I mean, if they're going to take me, then I'm dead already. So my guys may as well fire on them and fight to where we can, or they can just say, or what's the deal? Or do I say, hey, look, if they take me, you guys go back. You know the deal. There's no help here. Do we preserve? Do we sacrifice one life for the good of the others?
Yeah.
I mean, this is fun. I like this. This is fun.
Yeah.
This is
it gets wait till we start talking about the kids, bro. Just wait.
This one's pretty mild, but it's a really like a thinker.
Let me.
It's definitely a thinker.
Oh, dude, the one that we did with the things going on inside the house with the kids outside, and
we'll do that one again. We'll do that one again.
Yo, all right. So let me say this: is it okay if I go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
So here's my outlook on this. So if I know that I'm going to be traveling to a place that might, so it's 6 miles away, and it might have resources there that we need. First off, we're going to have like a war room of maps of places that have already been scavenged. It's going to look like True Detective with like red threads and Sharpie marks, and it's going to be crazy, right? So,
and we've gotten to this point where we're like, dude, this is probably our best shot. Right here, right? So you're like,
or someone has come back and been like, hey, that spot, I was there, and there was stuff there. You know what I mean? Like something has either by process of elimination or something has been brought to us like intel, like, hey, I was there. There's stuff there. So there has to be.
Let's say you knew that you were going to come across this situation, right? Whether you're making this game plan decision before you leave your compound, or you're making this decision outside of it, which obviously either one, you still want to, use this as an example of like, if this situation came up, like, let's work through what would be the best option for a situation.
So here's what I would do. What first off, what I've learned is, going through all these scenarios, I've learned that, although a lot of like the romantic views on war fighting in suburban and urban areas, the answer is seldomly shoot someone in the face, right? It's usually using your thinking cap to find another way to navigate through things, but having that option in the back pocket of shooting someone in the face is a real thing. So the first thing I would do is, we have a reason to believe that at least at some point there was the resources that that we need. They were there. So we're planning. So what I would do is, if we have 30 people and 12 to 14 guys, to be able to keep at least north, south, east, west at 100% security at our compound, I would have to leave at least 4 guys, but I would want to leave more sentries. So I'd say leave 6 guys behind for north, south, east, west being covered, and 2 sentries. So that's 6 guys left behind at the compound. So that way we're still at 100%. Well, really it'd be like 80% security, but at least enough to keep the other people, women and children, safe. And then I would take 6 people, myself and 5 people, and it would be a combination of 3 riflemen. It would be a mid-range shooter, someone with something that can reach out relatively far. It would be a long-range shooter, someone that's like, I'm talking like 800 to 1,000 yards kind of guy, right? And then a grenadier, Just say you never know. You never know. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we would gear up, but before we leave, I don't know that I'm going to run into them, right? So just to be safe, maybe foolish too, but safe and foolish. What I'm going to do is I'm literally going to load up one pack that is a pack that is expendable of goods, of things that we could potentially trade, or if we get robbed, we could use that as like, okay, take it, you got everything, something that we're going to use to trade, or feign compliance and give it to someone or something like that.
I mean, you might need that even if you reach your destination and you're looking to get medical from this so-called place that you've heard has goods and supplies there. You're probably going to need to barter. You're probably going to need to bring some stuff with you that might be in exchange for the medicine and supplies that you're looking for.
Yeah, I would bring that pack mostly for the purpose of bartering, but it could be used for other things. So I would pack it full of heirloom seeds. I'd pack it full of maybe tools. I'd pack it full of depending on the weather we're dealing with, things that could be used for shelter or warmth, or if it's summer, something that they could use, whatever, right? Something, a freaking fan made out of a bicycle handle, whatever, something.
Water filter, radio,
bleed.
Yeah, and that's a great idea. That shows that you're coming earnestly. We don't want to steal from you. This is all we have to offer, and this is what we need in exchange for it.
Yeah,
I agree. That's great.
If we anticipate that we might run into someone out there, if we're looking for these specific things, right? Antibiotics, medical equipment, whatever, then, or maybe we need to amputate and we need stuff to amputate, whatever it is, we need that equipment. So whoever we may run into out there, or if we got to that place and it was totally being run by some warlord, we want to be able to, have something prepared to barter with. So we start the journey, and I would actually get all of our. Do we have comms at this point or no comms?
You have comms.
Okay, we have comms. So what I would do is I would actually separate the men to be a little further apart, to appear that they're lone travelers, but we would actually be in a position that, so for an example, if you guys, let's say that there's like in the woods, there's these kind of like dirt roads that cars can, go through. If you separate your men to travel through the woods, you never walk down the road, you never walk down the train tracks, you never walk down the middle of anything. You actually either go to the side of the road or inside the woods and stagger the men out like in a bounding type of, so 6 dudes may span, a quarter mile, right? Space them out, that way we can stay on comms and we don't look like we're not all gathered together like the way they walk in like The Walking Dead, and that's all fake, right? No, it's one bad decision and one machine gun burst, you could take out the whole crew. So you don't want that. Anyway, so separate the men out. So whoever was on point in the pack, if they see the location that we're headed to, they see that we're 2 miles away from the location that we're headed to, and we come across this community like 1,000 yards away, and we call the guys to come in to tighten up and have a conversation about it. What my plan would be to first observe the people. Like, you have to look from a safe distance, provided they don't have eyes on us yet, right?
Yep, get some intel.
Yeah, you got to get eyes on them first, see how they're. If you're like, okay, let's see if these are people we can work with, and you're like, putting glass on the community, and you're like scanning, and you see them chopping up a guy tied to a freaking, Braveheart.
You are seeing that kind of stuff, right? You're
saying I'm
twist.
seeing it?
Yeah.
Twist.
Yeah, you are seeing that. Yep. You are
party time.
Yeah, they're not just like all on carpets the whole time, like whatever they do. Right.
Oh, well, that's not really.
That is not on your feet.
that's not really fair to Delta Mike because he's like, I'll walk up there by myself.
No, yeah, this is a non-permissive environment.
My guy's going to be like, hey, bro, they just chopped the dude's head off. I'm like, oh, shit, sorry.
Yeah.
So then I think
but there's women and children there. There's people who maybe aren't participating in those kind of things.
Eating long pork.
Let's say the location that we're thinking of headed to is a partner of ours, a buddy of ours. We've lost comms with them. They've either changed their channels. We haven't talked to them in a little while, but we're like, we know we have a group of friends at this location.
Or they're not responding. They're not following the comm schedule. So something bad could have happened, right? And we have no idea. We have no idea. Yeah. Okay.
So we're like, we need to go check on them, and they probably have goods for us. We were hoping to travel 6 miles and go barter, but in probably the last 2.5 months, that you haven't explored this area with your scouts, or that you've had too much going on at the location that you did not know about this place. Okay. And with that happening, all right, you got anything else you want to add, Dark?
Yeah. No, I'm not done yet. So, and Marengo brings up a good point, but we're operating on like the, like with the idea that we're not sending scouts out and getting back. Like, we don't know that they're there. Like, and I'll say this, you're totally right. In a real life situation where we have a community of people, we're going to know who's within 6 miles of us, so they're chopping up bodies and stuff. But we're acting for the purpose of this scenario as if we have no idea that they're there.
Let's ask a quick question, right? We have 12 fighting age men and 2 elders. Are you going to be taking a chance to sending out? How many scouts would you be sending out on a regular basis you're willing to lose, right? Like, we don't have a massive group of dudes that were like, yeah, dude, go out and scout on your own, right? You're a 20-year recce trained SAS guy. Like, no, like, maybe you shouldn't go out there. Even if you go out there, we could lose 2 guys though to what's going on. Like, we have an idea that there's actual confrontation happening, right? So sending 2 dudes out alone, you may have got an idea early on, like when you still had gasoline, right?
Or maybe
you're talking
people around, like, show up and they have like bags of like arms and legs, and you're okay, they're probably cannibals or something. Which actually, I don't.
Or they have captives already. Like, you can kind of get a feel they have people that they're slaving at this point with 6 months in, that they need to do labor for them inside of this area.
That could be totally reasonable at this point in this environment. Like, who knows? We could have slaves, right? Who knows? But
who knows? It's not as like clean cut dry like a movie, you know.
I mean, we would take care of them.
Uglier than that.
They'd be being fed and taken care of. They would choose to be there to work off. Slave just means
they'd be working off 7 years till the Jubilee.
So once I get glass on the community, I would try to glass as much of the community as I could and get as much zoom in there to see what's going on. And if I saw, and you said hundreds of people, it would be.
So let's say you're with your guys, right? And you're like, hey guys, right? You have a voice. Someone else might have a voice, but like, you need to come up with a plan quickly, right? Like, we're not too far from this. We don't have time to overthink. We need to be like, look, y'all, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this now. And you got to kind of explain it like that.
I'm already there. Here's what I would do. If I get glass on the community and I see things that lead me to believe that these are people doing, terrible things, then I'm not going to put my small team of 6 guys at risk. I'm going to completely avoid the community and add the 10 miles and just deal with it, or whatever 10 miles, because there is it would take a highly, I mean, you'd have to put so much time and labor into planning a 6 versus hundreds of men, some type of tactical, like, to get them bottlenecked into a place and the grenadier to do some work or whatever, something to maybe get them out falling out of the place that they're in. Fire is a great way, by the way. So you can go in and steal the supplies that you need and then get out, and then the 6 see you bounce. I'm either going to completely avoid them, or I am literally going to do something that looks like it's just some kind of crazy tragedy that occurred, a fire or whatever, and then have a couple guys go in, steal supplies, and leave, which is probably still a horrible idea. And if things go bad, we got ordnance because we have a grenadier there, and we have a couple long range guys, and we have some riflemen. But I'm either going to avoid it or try to infiltrate, maybe cover myself in blood and go in there and be like, I'm a cannibal. Y'all got medical supplies?
Yeah.
Something like that. That's all I can think of.
So hearing you two give your sides of it, I would come with one and say, look, I like the fire idea, okay? But I think we should set that fire on like an area that is obviously not in our direction of where we came from, right? So set that somewhere where it doesn't seem like we came from this direction, and that it's on some type of corner or something like that. And while that's taking place, we need to kidnap a couple people, okay? So we can question them and find out if there's supplies in there and if they can get those supplies for us. And that's probably not going to be the best option to have, like, keep one and let the other go get the supplies, right? Because they may not have a tie to each other. You could go in there and tell 50 dudes that we're out here. So I would
you can blend in with 200 people. Like, you could blend in with 200 people.
My thought would be maybe getting those two guys, getting their outfits, if this fire can distract enough that you can get a hold of somebody who's a little isolated. Let's say we have cans. Let's say you've heard gunshots every now and then. It could be sketchy to grab two. So, but it's something that through observation, whether or not they have like a couple guards over here, what is it looking like at night? We have to wait until nightfall to see what it looks like at night and in the day, because we might have a way better opportunity to take this on at night.
Sure.
And
it depends on what the security's like, though.
It depends and we have to find out. So, in my opinion,
hold on. Okay, let me just add this little part.
Okay.
If we would have to potentially stay the night, wait the entire night, go on sleeping rotation to keep security up in the woods, and keep eyes on them for 12 plus hours, that could take longer than the average pace of 3.13 miles, the average walking pace of an adult male. It could take longer to watch them than it would to just walk the additional 10 miles. You know,
it could.
But you're under a time restraint. You got a guy that's going to die. We got to get him help. So you don't have. You either have to, at this point, you either have to go cordially and approach them. Like you said, get somebody on glass. Let's see how they're acting inside of their own walls.
Hold on. We cordially approach cannibals with slaves.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. They're killing people inside the gate.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot about that. That wasn't happening. That wasn't happening during my time. This is new. You're like, oh crap, they're killing people.
You changed it up.
I
interrupted Red Dawn. Sorry.
No,
there's kids running around with weapons at this point. There's,
you're at that point. You're undermanned. At that point, you have to pretty much. That's what I mean. You have to go around, and I mean, you got 6 guys, maybe 7 guys. You have to there's no way you can really approach these people. You can't wait till night unless it's already night. Then you could probably try to sneak in there. But either way, if it goes south, everybody's getting wiped out.
Well, I think overall, I think it maybe comes down to 2 options. Either you find the biggest outskirt of a house. I think because this doesn't have a wall around it, right? We're not like, okay, they put up a wall in 6 months around this whole thing, right?
Okay.
I assumed you did.
Yeah. So
I assume they did too. I assume they had walls and boundaries and stuff like that.
No, there's boundaries, but it's not bound by walls. It could be like a couple guys, right? So I mean, I think like you said, create a distraction, let's try to raid a couple houses, see if we can help our boy out. Grab these two, maybe go over here in a house, go from a couple houses over here while that's taking place, that we know something else is going on for them. Maybe even use that grenadier and create some explosions. That way they think something's completely going on. They could be on high alert after that. So you're going to have to react super quick while there's disorientation. See if you can maybe get into a couple houses, see what type of supplies that house has, and that might be your best bet. Now,
I would agree with that.
Yeah, you have 4-ish miles that it is to get back, and if that doesn't work, we need to be in and out within 4 to 6 minutes, I would say, and let's run that, see what we can grab, get out. And then if that's unsuccessful on our way back, we're gonna have to search for stuff on our way back. And that's
so. Do we go in? So at this point, do we go in all 6 guys and spread out, or do we just go in a couple guys at a time, 2 people, a 2-man team that can communicate, get to a couple of houses and get out and leave the rest back? Or do we just go in 6 at a time and say, all right, find what you can find?
I would go 4 dudes and have 2 on Overwatch. That's how I would roll it.
You know,
that way you these 4 can move in a quadrant, all watching 4 corners as they're going. You might send 2 early and stagger that quadrant. Go get a house, get a couple things, and see what we can look up, and that 4 is in and out quickly, and you have 2 overwatching that 4 at all time. 1 overwatching 2, 1 overwatching the other 2.
Okay. I personally, I think if you're saying, and I would do it differently. Okay, I'm just saying, I would avoid it, or if I were to infiltrate, do it differently. The only reason is because we're saying we're pressed for time, right? So if we're potentially going to start a fire, even if we started a fire like right outside somewhere a little into the woods in their community that drives people out, commotion and all that, you could actually take that opportunity to well, hold on, first, sorry, I forgot. If you're walking 3 miles an hour and you need to clear 10 miles, 3, 6, 9, you're talking 3.5 hours, and with the team of 6 guys, and you've cleared those 10 miles. So we're not talking like if we need to stay for a half a day and watch them, then that's out of the question. So if avoiding it may be best in that case for speed and safety. But if we didn't, I'm just saying, put that option to the side. If we didn't, what I would do is, let's say there's this area where maybe a guy or 2 from their security is there. I would put them to sleep. In whatever way they like to, maybe read a book to them, and then once they're asleep, I would dress my 2 guys on my team in their garb, have them sitting, being the sentries, right, and then get their comms in, whatever we got to do to blend in to be those 2 guys, right, and that would be the entry point where our 2 security guys are that look like their guys, and then infiltrate through there. And then, maybe start a second fire. Oh, we're causing pandemonium. Start a second fire. Maybe launch a grenade somewhere just to drive people towards the catastrophe so we can go slip in. That would not be my first choice. I'm just saying that's a choice. But I want to hear, Red Dawn, you jumped into it too quick. I want to hear the whole thing. All
right. So I probably would do the same thing. Like we need to look like these 2 and send 2 in inconspicuous while removing 2. And I would probably use that group to go and go on the outskirts of this, on the opposite side of a commotion, where we can just go through a few houses and see what type of goods these people have. Because most likely every house is going to have a little something that we could use, right? And at this point, we made it this far. We're not too far from home. Okay. Now, let's say whichever you choose. Okay. There was somebody watching you approach the entire time. They're watching your group. They saw what direction you came from.
They watched us leave the community. That's one of the first things I thought of. Because if they got hundreds of people, They got scouts all over.
Yeah.
Mm.
So while you've been thinking about this plan,
They know where your wives sleep.
Correct. Right? So you go through with whichever plan that you come up with, okay? And they're on their way to your place. Right? They're like, you know what? We saw them come from this direction. You're 4 miles, they're 4 miles from you. And 4 miles is actually, dude, quite a bit of distance in like suburban areas. Yeah.
Especially on feet with no cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Like, yes, you could run it. Right. Like, yes, you could walk 3 miles an hour and that would be that's 3 hours. Right. When like in dangerous times, 3 hours is like a century.
Yeah.
So they're sending people in the direction that you came from. All right. And you're still trying to figure out how to get supplies or whatever. And you're realizing like, hold on, I think somebody has spotted us. And now you're going to try to beat them back on foot to the area that they're going towards. Except while you're under fire, okay, you take fire. So like while you're trying to go and catch up to that direction, maybe head back, scrap the whole plan, forget this guy. It's more safe that we protect everyone else back home. Okay? Someone engages with you, like a half a mile as you're trying to catch up to these other guys who are maybe a full mile ahead of you. Okay? You have 6 dudes engaging with you, and you're also worried about getting back to the group. All right? After this happens. So you have Dark has 6, Mike has 5 guys.
I think we both got 6. Oh, you took
we both
5.
got 6.
Well, I was saying 5 or 6, just to make sure we had protectors back at the at our compound or our area. You know, so let's just for the sake of it, we'll just say I have 6 as well, and we left 6 back.
All right. Now you're in a situation where you have to engage with people taking fire at you, and you're also desperately worried about someone beating you back to your location.
I'm just going to run in a zigzag, hope they don't hit me. Like I got to get back. I mean, I can't fight them.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to piss real quick, but keep talking. I can hear you.
Are you going to go to the bathroom or are you going to pee in the bottle? Is that what you're drinking? Am I delayed again?
I think you're good.
Okay. He was just staring like I was delayed again.
No, I'm just
really think
settings so I can still hear y'all when I go piss.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, there's 100 people. They're already firing at you. They know you're there. You just got to say, hey, man, just and then at that point, what do you do? Do you run straight back and let them follow you? Man, this is intense, man. This is like, what do you do? I mean, you can't fight them. You know, you definitely can't fight them.
I think though, you're gonna have to fight them because don't remember you have others who are in front of you and now behind you, so you're in the middle.
At this point, I'm going to channel my inner Benjamin Martin. I don't know if you know who Benjamin Martin is, but he's the guy from The Patriot, Mel Gibson from The Patriot. So I'm going to be running through woods, trying to take as much cover as I can, popping people off, trying to get it at least put distance on us, so I can see so I can take a minute and see what I got coming. Hear, listen to my surroundings, and I'm just going to have to. I mean, at that point, if we got to fight, then I'm gonna try to get as far, put as much distance between me and the enemy as I can, while also trying to hold them off from getting closer to my guys that I've got, trying to get back to defend what we have there. So I would say maybe try to keep 2 guys back, one guy back with me to try to split up and divide their guys up, and then let everybody else get back and say, hey, because if the people at our camp don't know they're coming, they're just going to be ambushed and slaughtered. So we gotta at least warn them. We got you.
Yeah.
You're saying, hey, you guys get back. Don't stop. Just run. Just go. Let them know that we need to take. We got to get cover there. We got to protect ourselves there too, or you're just going to have mass casualties.
Yeah, and I mean, I think your best bet is beforehand. You have whoever your best runner is. Like they got to break off and head back and warn the group, right? They need to get within comms reach, because let's say obviously we're not using repeaters. There's trees, there's buildings. A lot of comm situations are not going to reach 4 miles in any suburban. You're not mountainous. You don't have a good angle. You're not in communication. I would have my best runner run back with the comms, looking to reach home base, and I would use my other 5 guys to fight. And that way, at least if he gets back, there's 6 plus the 2 elders plus our runner that can warn, form a level of preparation, and even evacuate if they have to. But I'm not sure you can not fight or have all 6 dudes running, because maybe all 6 dudes can't keep up with each other. So now you're gonna have stragglers.
Like, dude, we're gonna
yeah.
You think about the amount of equipment you have. You have an extra pack with you. You could have a wagon. I mean, it may be, first off, if that's the case, and if you need to move quietly, 3 miles an hour walking is a joke. You're moving 1.5 miles an hour if you're moving like that, or moving quietly through woods, So I could have been way off there, but Telhart 100%. Proper prior preparation and planning prevents piss poor performance. Excellent point. So okay, my first thought. Just real quick, the reason my first thought was avoidance is because ideally you'd be in contact and have a trade routine with nearby so here's my we're operating under the assumption that for some reason they just crashed that neighborhood, or it was barren before, it was whatever, right? Something. So we don't
for the situation's sake, is let's say it was an average neighborhood, and as things escalated throughout this time, people were like, I have a cousin over there, I have this person. So within the last few months, they've just formulated more people than you had thought of.
They may have had 4 communities elsewhere, and then all said, hey, there's this neighborhood community, we're going to merge all of them in this one place, like last week. Who knows? But I'll say this. The reason my initial thought was avoidance is obviously the best fight you could ever, win is the one that you avoid, right? But plus, I don't want to waste my grenades on a bunch of cannibals, and it's avoidance is just, in my opinion, probably the best thing. But again, if we sidebar that and say, screw avoidance, we're going in, catching some stuff on fire, causing chaos and all that to get to the point that we are now. If I knew that I was going to do that, and let's make it bad, all of a sudden when stuff pops off, trucks come out of the community and they could get to our place like that, bro. Like that's trouble. Okay. First off, we're stealing bikes, we're doing whatever we gotta do. Okay. But I'll say this. If I were to do that, and we're talking hundreds of people, 200 people, whatever.
Let's say it's 75. Like you can't.
Oh, come on!
Get a good count.
We're getting a good amount of changes in.
I mean, they're not all males. You know what I mean? Like, let's say, roughly, you're seeing
set up. It's a good mixture. I mean, this is a set up community.
Yeah,
they've got structure, uncountable number. They've got structure. Yeah. They've obviously got their things together. And that's why I say, they have what you need. They have done their research. They have built everything that they got. There's obviously they've even probably formed a government. There's going to be an alpha guy that's going to be tell everybody what to do.
Correct.
So,
but that's
they are
if I were to do, if even though my first thought was initially to just avoid it, right? if I were to say, let's cause the chaos, let's go in, slip in, dress in the garb of their security so we can make it look like we're them or whatever, and we did, I would have, to protect our exfil, I would have set booby traps that we know about, that they don't, that when they pull their truck up a foot or whatever, bang, that thing is donezo, man. Claymore to sky high. Once they spill out of a back gate, they Iron Maiden, just whatever. Like, I'm setting booby traps that these fools, like, whatever, if it's this turned into Mogadishu. I know, for real. Yeah, we're in the Moog. So I mean, we might have been able to avoid that situation of them identifying us coming from our community anyway, B, knowing where we're going back to, and C, having to engage in some type of exchange after we slip out. And if those 6 guys were exchanging, let's just say booby traps didn't work, the truck didn't pull forward, he backed up, like whatever it was, everything failed. And did
you say booby traps? It's booty traps.
I said booty traps. Yeah. So let's say everything failed, right? If everything failed and I still ended up in an exchange with this guy, or these guys, 6 guys, my questions would be: A, do they have comms back with their command?
I don't know. We don't. How would we know? We don't know.
I'm saying for the scenario purpose. Do they have? Are they rogue? Were they just like, we see him, get him, and just 6 guys jump in on bikes or in a truck or whatever? If the reason I'm asking this is because the way that I would handle this
are they isolated coming after you? Okay.
Because if we don't know, okay. I
mean, our assumption would be that they are isolated.
They're probably in contact. Yeah.
Yeah, but
because I would backpedal. Oh, my bad. I'm thinking I would backpedal all the way back, right? Because if we were to go with the idea of kidnap a couple people. By the way, this is all for entertainment purposes only. It's an academic exercise for the police watching.
The ticker's on the bottom of the screen. So.
Yeah. I'm talking about if we were to kidnap people, so this is all, for funsies. If you were to go in, and I'm going back to the first scenario only because you remove the ability to negotiate and operate in good faith if whatchamacallit, my bad, I just got a freaking notification that I didn't expect. If you go kidnap 2 people and you're like, tell me about your operation, and they're like, yeah, they're totally willing to do business with you, then you got to walk back and be like, hey, we snatched 2 of your people. Can we do commerce?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, what? No, we got hundreds of people. You're donezo, dude. So you don't want to remove your ability to operate in good faith with them, right? And maybe it makes sense at 6 months in at that point, like, hey, you know what? We just wanted to make sure you guys weren't gonna put us on the Braveheart table and chop us up too. So we had to snatch Susie Q and Johnny B to make sure that it was safe, which is still really bad. So that change the way I look at everything.
Ultimately, I think our compound is not our compound anymore. We are going to have to move locations, right? No matter how this plays out, we are not going to stay 4 miles from this because it might keep growing. Correct?
This is fun, man.
Like that is the end of the compound that we knew. We're going to need to figure out a plan at some point if we get back and this all blows over. Is it like the city of Canaan? Is it all out evil and butt rape and all the?
But
I mean, you could tell that like some dudes are probably down like that, and you could tell that like there's other kids playing soccer, right? Like it's not like it's never like a movie where it has this perfect depiction of the evil horde of this thing. Like, yes, there's evil there. Yes, there's evil young dudes there. Yes, there's young military-age dudes with nothing, and they're drinking alcohol in a group, and they're just shooting at shit. And there's there's kids over there playing soccer, and there's ladies who are just walking around, and there's, you know, chickens probably running around, and like it just looks like a functioning group of people that are probably all interrelated.
I just ask because I will kill, I won't murder. So,
Right.
you know, it depends on the circumstances. But my bad. I kept cutting Delta Mike off too. But I was just saying that it's, either way, you're right. Either way, we need to move because we're within 4 miles of hundreds of people that are, you know, at least some of them are doing bad stuff.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think ultimately, like I said, you need a runner who can run to a comms location, fallback location where comms are still usable. And you're going to have to take on 6 dudes plus maybe another 9. And to be honest with you, if you're not capable of handling 6 dudes, not 9, let's like 3 other dudes. So probably a total of 9 that is far from this place, right? So like, I think we are going to need a runner. We're going to need someone that can get back comms and say, hey guys, start packing up your shit, put defenses up. There's a possible scenario headed our direction, and we need to be ready to leave that location. And we also need to be able to provide protection as we leave, right? You're going to need your other 5 dudes to be able to take out 9 guys, right? And if you have explosives, 2 long rangers, you got other dudes who can shoot, move, and communicate, that shouldn't be that big of an issue, right? Like some of these dudes are probably teens with AKs. Some of them are probably an old dude. Like they're not as trained as you are at this point, right? So that would be my first guess. And I think we would have to switch locations, get back, handle business, and like just leave pretty quickly. And you know, we could go into a scenario that leads into that where we have 30 people that are all leaving a spot, which at this point we should already have that planned, right? Like you should have a fallback location, even though you have a compound, even though you have 30 people that need to move. Like someone said, you should have a working relationship with somebody somewhere that you've had comms going with, that you can move your team, your family, your group to that location.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it would have been fun to say, let's start it from the very beginning. I mean, it just happened. Now we got to build our. I mean, it is fun. This is fun stuff.
Fun. Well, that's just fun. one. Well, let's do another one. Dark, do you want to do one, or you want me to come up with one? Delta Mike, do you want to come up with one?
I actually
go ahead.
If you got one, go ahead.
No. Yeah, I want to hear yours.
So I try to think of things like putting you in the absolute worst position possible from a preparedness standpoint, right? Like thinking from where all of us here, all the people in chat, us 3 guys, we're all, you know, prepared citizens, okay? So we all have equipment staged, we all have you know, and if you think about the way we go about things in our daily life, it's like, yeah, we're running out, we're going to be right back to our house, we're going to work, or we're, you know, running errands or whatever. We don't ever anticipate like something happening like bam right at that moment when we're 20 miles away from the house. And we've done that one too. Oh, that's a good one. Steal a bike. Always steal a bike, no question. Okay. But aside from that, sometimes what I found myself doing is going out, and whether I'm walking or biking or whatever, I'll have my EDC on me, and we can go through exactly what our everyday, and we have to be honest about literally exactly what we have on us and carry every day, you know what I'm saying. I'll be 3, 5, 7, sometimes 8 miles away from my home. And I always think about this, like there's this not fear, an awareness inside of me that I may get, 5, 6, 7, 8 miles away from my crib, and which could be, 10, 12, about 12 miles away from my daughter, and about 2, 3 miles away from the place that I would go if things fell to pieces, and if everything literally fell apart all at once. And this is the place I'm coming from when I'm thinking about this. So let's say I'm out on my bike, because y'all know I've been riding my bike, you know what I'm saying, slimming up a little bit, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So I'm out on my bike, and I'm about 6-7 miles away from my home. Okay, now I have on me my EDC, and I'll go over in a moment what that EDC is. Okay, so I'm 7 miles away from my home. And as I'm sitting here, you know, riding my bike, I got this cool little thing that holds my cell phone in the middle of my bike, so I can ride and like look at my, you know, whatever's playing, video, audio, you know, music, GPS or whatever. And all of a sudden my phone starts like flickering, and then it's just like black mirror, totally goes down. And then I live, you know, not too far, not too close, but not too far from an airport. And all of a sudden I see planes in the air, and they're just auto descending, multiple. Okay, and then maybe 10-20 miles away, 20-30 50 miles away, whatever, you just hear this boom, like this massive explosion, right? And then you're like, what the heck is going on? Helicopters, waka 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 waka. EM freaking P, bro. Okay. Something crazy happens, and it is immediate. It's not like, well, first the stores started to run low. It is bam, like EMP, things are going crazy, stuff is falling from the sky, satellites and planes and helicopters, and it's just crazy bananas. What do people do? Panic, steal, kill. They do the whole thing, right? Well, usually panic kills.
I think you get a freeze point though. Like I think in that situation you have like shock, right? And that shock point, you need to not be in shock. You need to be reacting super fast, so that you got to get as much done as you can during that shock point, which will probably last 48 hours, right? At least.
Yeah. But in that situation, like we always say, calm is a superpower, right? So you being able to remain calm and act quickly. What do you do? And this may get into y'all's personal plans, my personal plans. So, you know, you don't have to give all the information up, okay? But I'll say this. On my EDC, here's what I have on me. When I'm out on my bike, and you guys can say if you're on a bike, on foot or whatever, I'm just saying in this situation, I'm on a bike, all right? About 7 miles away from my place. And I have my handgun, all right? I got a Glock 45 or 19. I have a secondary magazine. I have a pocket knife. All right. I have a handheld flashlight. All right. I got the sauce of the spicy variety. All right. I got the hot sauce on me, the hot pink hot sauce. And I have and I have my bag, which includes some other stuff. Like I got like, you know, EpiPen, like Narcan, small snacks, medical, another 2 tourniquets, chest seals, all basic medical, like IFAC, and another magazine, and is some other like small snacks and stuff like that. A couple EDC tools like pry bar, what's the water key, Silcock key, things like that. That's in my EDC bag. And I roll around with it on the front. And also, shout out to Drewski. What I do is I take the little battery charger that Drewski so kindly sent me, freaking 4 of them when I was going to lobby day. I put that in my bag, and then I have my charger running to my phone. Well, I guess my phone's shut down. Whatever. So that's it. And then I have my e-cig, of course, and then, you know, basic stuff like that. So planes, helicopters, satellites, stuff is literally falling from the sky, and I have 7 miles to get back to my house.
On a bike?
On a bike. Yeah.
Do you have your dog in the basket?
No, doggy is at home. He's good.
Okay. Right.
Unless a plane lands on my freaking house. But for me personally, I have to go get at least my daughter.
You have no choice. Like if
Yeah.
you live alone, your first instinct anyway is like you're the guy that goes.
Yeah.
Right? If you're the spot, then you wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
but during that time, I mean, so I have to travel down multiple main roads. The bike paths are all on these main roads, which are highly populated, and you have things crashing and falling, you have explosions, you have cars piling up, and the cars.
What's the movie that Obama made?
Leave the World Behind. Yep.
No, I think that's a different one. I think his is called. Is it Leave the World Behind?
No, I think you're right. Leave the World Behind. Or no, yeah, you're right. Leave the World Behind, because everyone said it was Civil War, but they were wrong. That was A24. Leave the World Behind was the Obamas.
Okay.
So yeah, think of that scene. So that's where you are.
Let me ask you guys all a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Between your group of confidants, of people that you would want to be with during when this happens, guys you train with, guys that have families, your church group, how stifled would your plans be if cars were not a thing during an emergency?
We already got contingencies for that.
On foot?
No, bikes. Bikes are the way to go.
Bikes.
Some dudes have e-bikes and regular bikes, but bikes, if you do not own a regular bike, you need to get one and just put it in the garage. Even if you don't use it, it's great for weight loss and stuff, but a bike is vital.
A bike is vital.
If cars are unavailable, bro, you can go 12 to 15 miles an hour with like barely breaking a sweat, versus 1.5 to 3.5 miles an hour on foot. And if you're talking about humping gear with that, you're going way under. So that's where we are.
The Goonies definitely had it right with the bikes.
For sure. That is the way.
And you could always steal, like they did in the Goonies, where he took that little girl's pink bike and was like, I need a bike, dude.
I'd be on a Spider-Man bike. Like, it doesn't matter, whatever it is.
Unicycle.
Yeah. I don't know if I can. Yeah. But, all right, Red Dawn, you start. What would you have to do? Where'd you have to go? And all that. And I guess maybe this isn't the best, because this would kind of get into our personal, plans. But whatever.
I mean, if I was that far from my house, my stuff is at my house. Like, bro, I'm stealing a bike now. My first plan is like, where can I get a bike? At bike shop, maybe and like if I have my car, like if you had your bike, right, like or if you were home and your bike was there, you're like, okay, I'm taking the bike. But like, let's say you were in your car when this happened and now you don't have a bike, right? Like you're like, I am on foot and I am this distance from where I need to get to, or the people that I need to go get.
That was the last one we did. We were in our cars when it happened, and we were like 20 miles away from our houses. Yeah. That may be more realistic, because you can take a few things from your car and you have to abandon your car when you're totally surrounded by people that are all panicking, going crazy everywhere, and you got to figure out what to do. Maybe that's a more realistic
It's probably more realistic. Like we're not on our daily bike ride waiting for the EMP to happen.
Well, we're not waiting. It just pops up,
Thank goodness it happened during my daily bike ride.
All right, so you're 20 miles away from your house, right? And your car just goes putt, putt, putt. Cell phone turns off, car stops, and then it literally comes to a rolling stop, and the entire road is just filled with stopped cars.
And the Teslas are crashing into each other or not?
Smash. Well, I mean, you're not worried about the Teslas because you got 747s freaking falling out of the sky, dog.
Out of the sky, yep. Yeah, you got to get to your family. Got to get to your family as quick as possible, whether that's a bike, a scooter, whatever you can get on. You got to get to your family. You got to secure.
Well, what do you get from your car first? What do you get? Because, I mean, and I appreciate that.
Oh, okay.
how you get there. You gotta. So when you're at your car, so what's your EDC, and then what do you have in your car? That you
Highly considering keeping a bike in the car at all times.
On the bike
Like,
rack.
Legit, like that is the best prep in your car at this point.
You seen those
It's
little
like-
foldy bikes?
I
The
mean,
ones
I was thinking that.
we have
Yeah.
the bike. We have a bike rack that locks onto the back of your car. Like,
You
in
got a
the
bike
back.
rack
So, like,
too, though.
at times, the bike rack is in use.
Yeah.
The thing is
Yeah.
like, having any kind of wheeled object. Going back to the cavemen, we can thank them for inventing the wheel, even though I don't think cavemen existed. But we're going back, and if I didn't have a bike, I mean, dude, 20 miles, like, I'm highly considering commandeering a bike.
Oh, you got no question. I mean, 20 miles,
For sure.
you gotta. You're
Or
gotta
an
find
old dirt
something.
bike, carbureted dirt bike.
or an old dirt bike. Yep.
That would be
Something.
money.
Um,
But I'll tell you what, anyone, I'm just going to throw this out real quick. Sorry, Delta Mike. Anybody out there that you bump into in the world, if they have a car, a dirt bike, they're probably not going to be someone that you want to steal a dirt bike from. I'm just going to guess.
Dirt bikers.
Yeah. It's probably
I always have my EDC bag in my truck that has a bunch of things in it. I mean, we've got safety, first aid stuff. I've got a flashlight in there. I've got a headlamp in there. So that I'm going to grab that bag, which is going to have a spare knife. It's going to have a lighter to start fires. It's going to have paracord, Ranger bands, I can put my pistol in there. It depends on where I was going. I may have had my truck gun in there, which would be either my 11.5 or now maybe the 10.3 or even now the Mac IX. Maybe I would have that in there. It just depends at that point, but I would definitely grab my bag, my pistol. My bag has everything I need in it, and then I'm going to figure out how to get home to my family for sure to secure my property.
Absolutely. And do you have a next step in this, Dark, or is it just like what are you grabbing and where are you headed type thing?
So basically, from that position, if we're 20 miles, 12 miles, whatever we are we 20 miles away? Did I say? So we're 20 miles.
Yeah, I think it was.
Whatever
Bro,
you say.
That's like a 4-mile bike ride, dog. That's a lot. But that's like a 3-hour bike ride.
If you have to commandeer a bike, you're under a little bit form of panic, right? Like you could be wasting time here, not headed in the direction and maybe not finding a bike.
Sure.
So like you need to head in that direction and hopefully there's a bike along the way that you can.
Well, I'll tell you what, you hit a neighborhood, you're gonna find a bike. Garages, backyards, side yards, bike racks, whatever. There are.
Are you just kicking doors down like house to house?
Not
yet.
Not yet. But you do need to act. You need to act fast before everybody else picks up what's going on. Like there's no time to wait. You got to move.
Yeah.
You gotta
move.
Yeah. It would be
like you could ask to borrow someone's bike. You could walk through and be like, they look like they might.
Or barter. Be like, yo, hey, look, take my watch. Here are the keys to my car.
Here's a G-Shock for your bike.
So I actually got an OD green and orange G-Shock. It's pretty fire.
But
if you're like in the middle of things falling from the sky and pure panic and chaos, and you can't even hide in your house when that's happening, right? Like,
if nowhere's safe, everywhere's safe to a degree, right? Like,
because you
can't be like, I'm gonna dodge a plane. If you can dodge a ball, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge an S757.
But I would assume this: find the closest neighborhood and go through to find a bike. Let's assume that we could steal a bike, all right? Because we're talking bike racks, garages, front, kids may have been out riding their bike and seen what's happening and left their bikes on the front yard while they ran in to say, mommy, Billie Eilish just fell out of the sky and is
You must live in like a biking community.
I mean, nah, just bro. There's
not that many bikes, just like invisible sight.
Bro, walk your neighborhood tonight. Walk around, and I guarantee
I'm gonna do that more often.
You're gonna see bikes.
I'm gonna have a new chart like in my preparedness room, like all the bikes.
Where all the bikes are. Bike here, bike here, bike here.
It's funny because, like, if you mark them all over a map, they're movable objects. Like, you may have to update it, like, cross out, like, red X's over bikes.
They moved. They moved
too. Yeah. Little dotted
I swear
line.
there was a bike here.
I had it. It was documented. I don't know what happened. Okay, sorry. So, it basically, you got to get your loved ones and initiate the plan, right? But you have chaos going on, and if someone else gets hip to it, they're gonna come and snatch your bike, bro. My initial idea was this: something has happened, but with the EMP, it was a crisis that there may have been something that it had exploded in the air, which caused the EMP, and it was a device of the dirty variety, meaning that you have to get protection ASAP. Where would you go and what would you get to protect your skin, breathing, and all that? But I mean, that's a little too crazy, because the rest of the people that you need to go to collect to bring to position P, A, C, or E, they might literally be melting in acid rain at that point. Like, who knows? So I just figured it's not a good one. We can go to another one. All right, next.
I like that one. I like, it's just now starting off. Like, we don't know what's about to happen. I like that. I think the next progression would be you're back to your family. Okay, you're home. You still don't really fully understand what's happening, but you're with your family. All right, you got to start putting a plan in place for the future. Where do you go from there? So at that point, you have no cell phones. So how do you get in touch with your firing team or the people that that you've got in your mind that's going to be part of your group when all of this comes together?
If you don't have a plan right now with your family and loved ones and the people that you expect to meet with, if, like Delta Mike is saying, if you don't already have a plan literally right now, you got a huge problem. Because you can't, if they're like, okay, if a cataclysmic scenario occurs, I need to get a hold of my husband or my ex-husband or my parents or my brothers and sisters and what. If you don't already have a plan set, right? If you don't have comms in silent bags, or if you don't have something set up already, or at least something set up which is like OG communications, which like that could mean that you roll around the block twice and see if there's a chalk marking on a brick wall, whatever it is. If you don't have something set up with at least like a few leaders in your family or the people, your fire team, your community, whatever it is, you got to get something set up.
Definitely.
100%.
Walkie-talkies. I got to have walkie-talkies. I think me and Dark have talked about that, having walkie-talkies that can make it a good little distance, because you got to be able to say, hey, look, this is happening, and if you're ways away, you got to have a rendezvous point. Like, this is legit. So this really gets you to thinking, man. This is good stuff. Yeah. It's very good to think through this stuff, because it may not all happen the same way, but the steps that you're going to take are always going to be the same.
Yeah. I mean, dude, our country could be infiltrated by. If we're talking like Red Dawn type of event, it's going to be the same steps. If a pathogen is released through a dirty bomb, it's going to be basically the same steps, and you just hope and pray that your family has listened to you for the last 20 freaking years, and hopefully takes advice on things to have and things to use.
Absolutely.
I used to think, I used to know a lot of guys back when I was younger, man, that were, they were the old Vietnam vets that were like, yeah, the government's trying to get us, man. They're coming after our guns, and I got this set up. And, I knew a guy named Chuck, man, and this dude had like vantage points in his house. He knew where he was going to set up. He would have guns with it. And I'm like, this dude's a nut job. As a teenager, I'm like, this guy, like, I don't even want to be associated with this guy. He's going to get me locked
now
up.
You're like, where is this?
I'm like, yeah.
Where's Chuck?
100%. Like, this dude was ahead of his time, man.
You need a shirt now that says like, "Where's Chuck?"
Where's Chuck? Question mark. Yes.
Like, dude,
keep it real with you.
like,
oh my bad. Go ahead.
No, go for it.
So I've shared this before, and I was actually hesitant to share it before because I thought people would think I was bat guano crazy. Okay. Prior to I live in a townhouse now. Prior to this, I lived in another townhouse with a little more, land. I had, a bunch of, food growing, and it was great, right? Prior to that, when I started DLD After Dark, I lived in an apartment, okay? In that apartment, I lived on the very top floor. And I'll just, for the sake of saying, okay, it was a third floor, but it's a tall building. And because it's in an elevated position, it's like when you're coming back from the city to the suburban or urban suburban area, you can actually see it because of how elevated it is. It's taller than the mall that it's not too far from. All right. Now, for the first year that I lived there, it's I always felt like, man, if things pop off, then that picture you get in your head of what that street with all those cars and crashing and chaos is going to look like, that's going to be the hallways outside my home, right? So I was like, we need to find a way to get away before we get to the spot, right? So there may or may not have been a key in the utility room that had gone missing, okay? Hey, Phantom, good to see you, bro. And that
up
key,
for you, Phantom. All boxed.
Nice. That key may or may not had gone missing, and absolutely. If the dude emailing me right now, if you're watching, you're welcome. All right. Okay. So sorry. So that key may or may not have gone missing. Right. What a shame. Nowadays we can literally 3D print the most popular keys for utility stuff like that. It's easy, but also USPS keys, but don't do that. It's against the law. The key was a way to get into a locked area that you could literally pull down a ladder and get up into the attic that was an AC air conditioned freaking catwalk that brought you to literally a 360-degree view of everywhere. I could see the biggest highways. I could see every single egress. Every entrance and every exit, every main road, every building. I had a clear shot to freaking Reagan International Airport, bro. It was insane. So I kind of kept the key and stashed some stuff. And I was like, look, if things go down, me and a few of my neighbors, I was like, yo, check this out. And they're like, what's that? It's like, it's a key. This is totally all fiction, by the way. And I brought my boy Simon up there, and Simon says, and I walked him around. I showed him everywhere. Yo, that if we could have owned the building, if things went down, literally no one could get in or out. It was gated, completely gated. There's a couple spots if you were on foot you can get into, or if you drove a truck into it. But you had half the city on lockdown from that point. That's how outside of the box we should be thinking. For you guys out there that are in apartments bro, nothing is off limits. Find a way, find a key, and if you can't find a key,
I've actually been thinking about building some crow's nests,
Bro.
like on tall trees, like just something that you can get up on and get a better vantage, and like kind of make it like as camouflaged as possible.
heck yeah.
Maybe someone doesn't know it's there. A couple close by houses might know it's there.
Dog, drill holes, okay? Drill holes into the tree. It won't kill it. And literally put in the post steps and walk up and pull them as you walk up. And you can get up there.
So you can't get back down.
Pull, you can get back down. Literally set the joints in there. No, you can do it. You can do it. Trust me. But
no, you gotta have the Home Alone back to the house. The zip line.
Oh no, you got to get the rollaway ladder, bro. That's what you got.
Oh, the rollaway ladder too.
Yeah.
That's probably a better idea
than all of this. But this is so crazy. But if you did that and literally just put one of the sniper veils over you, dog, think Vietnam. Like they're in the trees. People thought people were doing acid.
All right. I have one more scenario we can do, and then we'll wrap up.
Is it the kids?
No, possibly. All right, I actually had an AI create me a scenario, so we're gonna go through it. All right, you have 20 people, and you're on day 63 of SHTF. Okay, you have 6 couples, and then you have the 6 couples' children that are around. Some a little older than others.
Can you start back? I missed a little bit of that. Maybe it's my brain, but go ahead.
Okay, you and 20 people are at an area that you've been, surviving at.
Okay.
And there's 6 couples, 6 fighting age dudes, capable yourself, 6 of your boys, fire squad, their wives and kids. Okay. You've established a compound, semi-defensive property, perimeter fencing that's not impenetrable, 1 main house plus 2 outbuildings, so sheds, let's say. Small livestock. You have chickens. You have
goats.
Let's say chickens, goats. You are on well water. You have a rain catchment system, food stores 2 to 3 months remaining if rationed. And you're, like I said, you're 2 months into SHTF. You have security rotating 24/7 watch, basic comms, limited ammo reserves, which we probably have more ammo reserves than limited ammo reserves. Medical, 1 trained medic, limited antibiotics, power, small solar setup, and battery bank. Group.
That's heaven. That's heaven. If we got a trained medic, bro.
At the time, 2 months in, we don't know what's going to happen if that's going to be the same longer, right? The group is stable for 2 months after regional collapse, grid down, supply chains are gone, no reliable law enforcement. All right. At 2:15 in the morning, a vehicle approaches slowly with its headlights off. It stops about 200 yards away from the compound. Shortly after, a single unarmed woman approaches on foot carrying a child. It's about 5 years old or under. All right. She's visibly exhausted and claims their group, about 15 people, was attacked and scattered. Some are injured and hiding nearby. They've been without food for days. While she's talking, a perimeter watcher reports thermal signatures in the tree line. Unclear how many, possible 4 to 6 individuals. Another team member notices one of your goats has been killed on the far side of the property within the last hour. Your radio, normally quiet, suddenly picks up brief static bursts on frequencies you don't use.
Woo! ChatGPT is on fire.
Yeah, they're on fire. All right. Complicating factors. Internal tension already exists. There's been 1 couple who's been quietly hoarding food.
Ooh.
Another member wants stricter no outsiders policy. The medic is pushing for humanitarian aid to the woman and child. Resources are tight. Ammo is scarce, but not replaceable. Food is enough, but not if you suddenly absorb 10 plus more people. Securities unknowns is this is a genuine plea or probe. Are the thermal contact survivors or a coordinated element? The dead goat suggests someone already breached your perimeter silently.
Mm-hmm.
The moral risk. Turning a child away could fracture the group immediately. Letting them in could fracture it externally, trust and safety. Decision points for the group. 1. Immediate action within 10 minutes. Do you bring the woman and child inside? Keep them outside but provide aid? Detain them? Turn them away? What do you do about the thermal contacts? Observe only? Challenge them? Flank and investigate?
Beautiful. This is an excellent scenario.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I am literally fully erect right now.
So now we're on the flip side of the earlier.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Now we're on the flip side. Now we're the guys making the decision. Do we help them?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because you got 20, you see 4 to 6 in the tree line. You're
Mhm.
missing a goat. Someone's gotten into your perimeter.
And why kill the goat? The goat can't go tell on you, so something's going on. So Delta Mike, it sounds like you're volunteering to go first.
I don't know. The goat's dead. I think we're dealing with a Muslim.
Well, it didn't say that he slept with the goat first.
Oh man. Okay. How was it killed? Was it killed halal?
No blood. We're thinking strangulation.
Oh.
We don't know. We're getting.
I'm just kidding. Let me stop. Let me stop.
All right.
I'm sorry. Guys, we really don't hate.
It's for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
It's sarcastic. Yes, we know culturally you guys don't all bang goats. Only a few bad apples.
Not all.
A lot of bad apples in our communities. So
Yeah.
all right. Immediate action. Do you bring the woman and child inside? Keep them outside but provide aid. Detain them or turn them away?
I think we don't let her in. I think we bring the medic to the front, assess the situation, see if she's really malnourished. Let's play in here. Let's see.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Time out real quick. Sorry. So you said don't bring her in, but have the medic. So are you turning her away, or are you bringing her in, detaining her, or?
Hold on.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to understand.
So
Keep them outside but provide aid.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. You're telling me that you're injured. You haven't eaten in days. Let's bring the medic out. Let's see if you're truthful. Because if she hasn't eaten, we'll be able to figure that out. If the medic says, we're gonna check her out. Let's check her. Let's check her blood, or maybe let's assume we can check blood pressure because he's a medic. He's obviously got the tools. We can check blood pressure. We can tell if you're dehydrated. We can tell if there's things that we can tell. A medic can tell this. So, okay, are you truthful? Now, if we find out she's lying, and the medic looks at me and says, "Nah, dude, she's good." I'm like, all right, bitch, get out of here. You got to go. First of all, you're untruthful. We're not going to bring you in. We're not bringing your kid here. We're not. I'm sorry. You need to get back in your car and go back that way. That's what I'm saying. Now, if she is malnourished, I'm like, all right, okay, let's get her help. Let's bring her in. We're going to try to do this the right way. We're going to try to try to survive in a
I don't know if I'm lagging. I can't tell if Dark is frozen.
I don't know. I was waiting. I'm like, is he just talking slow or
Dark's doing his frozen thing? Mike's lagging.
Am I lagging?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. You're like this.
Yeah, right now you're frozen
Yeah.
in lag.
Yeah.
All right, so
But
I think he chose keep him outside but provide aid.
No, not during the good.
Right. If you want to hop out and hop back in, might help.
all right, go ahead.
The next question. So go ahead, Dark. We'll let you go because he's only halfway through.
Honestly, I'm really excited about this, but I also don't want to like take because if I start talking, I'm gonna
No, we need answers, bro. We need answers.
Yeah.
We cannot have dialogue in between decision making of.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's gonna be back in like 10 seconds. So if I start talking, he's gonna take my answers, is what I'm saying. Just
give one. Are you gonna bring the woman and child inside, keep them outside but provide aid, or detain them and turn them away?
If you have a community, you need an airlock. Okay. If anyone makes it past that airlock, that is a huge compromise. Okay. Do not bring out your medic and compromise your only medic to see if this stranger is okay. You can keep them in the airlock. So detain her. Sure. Okay. And you need to, while she's detained, and obviously make sure the child is a child, of course, and not a 6 pound like bundle of high explosive joy. I would focus on the threat first, because what they're trying to do is like sparse or like piece out your resources to where they're probing to see what's going on. If you have heat signatures at a distance, then you have people, you got people outside, you have people inside, and you have people taking your resources at your gate, and you have more pressing issues. So I don't care if someone holds their boot to her neck with a gun at her head, and if someone holds down her child, whatever happens, being cordial is out of the question. Don't put your medic at risk by bringing them up. Like, no, we don't do that. We need to figure out the immediate threat, and we can't divide our precious resources by sending them outside to check to make sure that because if you send them out to go potentially flank those heat sources, those could be fake heat sources, right? They could have literally put animals out there or tied animals to a tree and make them stand up to look like humans. I don't know, but whatever's going on, Jesus, you got I mean, that's not a bad idea, actually.
And why did they take your goat? Why were they kill your goat off?
I'm saying it's confusion, chaos, and distraction. That is the classic lead into an attack.
All right, so I agree with you. There's a high level threat right here,
for sure.
So you're saying bring her
and
in the airlock,
relate.
treat in the airlock, hold her to gun, treat the child first, obviously.
I'm not treating anyone. I'm holding him at gunpoint while we assess the perimeter and the potential
airlock.
Keep her airlocked, even if we have 2 sentries at the front or whatever it is, or 2 security members at the gate.
What do you do about the thermal contacts? What are you going to do? Are you going to observe only, challenge them, begin engaging fire, or are you going to flank and investigate?
Observe only, because we don't shoot without PID, and you keep someone on that target with a spotter if that's available. I know you said there's only like 6 dudes, right? But at least keep someone on that target. No, you don't take your eyes off the thermal signatures, period. Okay.
Yeah, you also bring another gun up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying at least a secondary person there.
Probably 2.
Yeah.
We're gonna have multiple rifles pointed downrange right now.
Yes, but not
and
engaging.
We're gonna need a perimeter check immediately. So you're gonna need to take, what do we got? 6 guys. Hopefully we have, out of the 8, an older, capable 2A boy with us, right? Like, we need
an older and a younger.
We got the 2A boys.
Yeah.
2 months in, bro, you're getting, every male is getting the fundamental checks, the quick, you're getting an extra set of kit. I don't care. If you are over 12, you will be, and depending on the size of the 10-year-old, I'm saying 10 and over, you will be highly equipped. If you're under that, you will be still equipped, but you're going to be ready to join the party if you're 10-ish or over.
Yes, and the chicks, they're getting shotguns and whatever, like whatever we need to do to increase security.
Yeah.
But at that point, the
Never let the
impending
medic
threat,
out. That's true, Phantom.
period. Medic cannot be compromised at all because
Yeah, it's your only medic, dude. That
Yeah,
dude is priceless, right?
yeah. To be, and I'm not trying to just like dish on Delta Mike, but to be like, send the medic out, have them check out, check their BP, make sure she's not. I don't care about that. She is looking at a muzzle until we figure out what is going on around our perimeter.
Facts. All right. So security response. Your perimeter was breached. The dead goat. Blah blah blah. What changes are happening immediately? Doubling watch, which we talked about. Pulling everyone inside. Absolutely. It's 2:15, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It didn't say 2:15 a.m. or p.m. So we could choose, because if it's 2:15 p.m., then absolutely everyone's coming inside. Set ambush positions, which we should already have some level of ambush positions, anticipating if we got a tree line that's 200 yards out, there's something already done out there.
We're on that all day.
You're 60% there. Keep your computer on. 7-4. He had to reboot the computer. His modem dropped.
Dang. Why'd he drop his modem?
I don't know. Do you assume this is a probing test, a desperate refugee situation, or coordinated deception?
1 and 3.
Okay, both.
Yeah.
All right, but then your ass is exposed. You see 4 or so, and majority deployed when you have limits. 10-year-old with 1022, low power scope, can do serious work, elevated position, 100%. I mean, you're getting thermal images probably at 2 a.m. Yeah, that I agree with you. I mean, it's a tree line too, so you can use thermal in the day.
It depends on if all of this occurred around the same time, right? So I would imagine
this is all occurring right now. The woman's approaching. The signatures are being reports. Yeah. The goat was reported an hour ago, dead. So we had this goat.
Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
We had the goat reported an hour ago, and now this is happening. So like something could be up.
Just dead, not taken, not gone. Correct. It's just dead.
Just dead.
ChatGPT's tripping. I don't know why they would just be like, and then just leave it there. You know?
I mean, maybe they cut out some like flanks of it or something. You know, maybe they cut out some meat and was like, "Dude, we got something to eat."
Yeah, or maybe it bit the intruder as they came in, or whatever happened. But
whatever happened.
A dead goat inside. But you could also think at that point,
a dead goat. You have a dead goat.
That's a dead goat just sitting there. You're my friend. You don't just look at the goat. So
it's funny you went Indian accent and I went like North African.
if you real talk though, you may assume like, okay, dead goat, maybe there's some meat missing. Maybe that's the family that was hoarding food, right? Maybe you may think it's an internal issue, so you may not crank up the security. We should be at 100% security at 2:15 a.m. anyway, no question.
Anyway, right?
But
like,
now
we're not even tired in the night or in the shift
no. Y'all know we stream till 2:15 in the morning. Come on. but real quick, I'd say this. You're already going to be getting thermal images looking at the wood line anyway, right? The question is because like you're saying, if woman shows up and 4 images show up and the goat is, room temperature, then we got some serious issues. And if there could be someone there, we can't do what they want us to do, which is scramble and chaos.
Well, you can't do that, and now, right? If you turn the woman away, right, you have to capture. I think you
can't let her go. You can't let her go.
You can't let her go. She's never coming out ever again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's very sad. But like, if you let her go, then she's just gonna go back and add to the group, and they may be like, they may make a point anyway.
Yeah. I do think there is a way though, if because we're talking time is like you're maybe seconds away from a a truck driving through your perimeter or whatever, right? So I would say if you have the moment and the child is out of her arms and it is alive and it is a child, and you have a moment for more than a pat down, I'm saying I don't care if you cut her clothes off. You could keep them in the airlock, zip tie the child and the mother, and hog tie them, whatever. Leave them there, and make sure she doesn't have the ability to get out of the cuffs or zip tie, whatever, and then go handle business. But you got to keep a gun on her either way. So,
okay, 30 minutes into the situation. A single gunshot is heard in the distance. The woman reacts like she recognizes it. One of your perimeter team reports the thermal signatures are now closer and spreading out. She's getting smoked right then.
Yeah.
I'd hate to say that, but like, it is what it is. Smoked.
I don't think her and or the kid need to be eliminated at that point, but they need to be neutralized, which could be zip tie, hog tie, butt naked, because if we bring them in, then they see everything.
Bro, we don't have food and resources anyway to bring them in. So either you smoke them out here, or you're going to watch an even worse thing inside over time.
But here's what I'm saying.
That could really fracture the group because how many people are going to watch someone die of hunger and suffering, So like,
well, no, what I mean is you could still turn them away, right? But if you turn them away, you're allowing two still potentially lethal threats to be right outside your area. So if they're in the airlock, then what if you bring them in the airlock and they clap off a vest? That's what I'm saying, is that they got to be literally stripped naked, and they got to be searched, and they got to be hogtied. And
while stripping naked, you could get clapped with a vest.
It's just a risk you got. So you murder a woman and a child because of a maybe,
then we have to turn them away and say, look, there's already threats out there. What more is the woman and child going to give them than the guys 200 yards off? You guys know we're here, right? Take your woman back, and you're going to have to say, what time is it, bro? What's up? You out there?
Would turn around, and let's say she leaves and walks into the darkness, or leave the truck, you're on foot, whatever. She walks into the darkness, okay? The moment she gets back to her group, she's going to be like 12 guys, 11 women, 4 AKs, 6 ARs, 1 grenadier, 1 long range. Like, she's going to be.
She ain't going to be that sharp, bro. And we'll take the kid.
So she's starving.
I think what we should do is take the kid in and make the woman leave and say, look, we're going to treat him, and we'll place him back outside the gate in 2 days at this time.
Let me ask you this question. If you walked onto a military base, what would they do to you? Same situation, like, hey, I just wanted to walk past this red line and just be
you're getting captured and locked up.
You're getting detained. You're not making it past the airlock. You're getting fully strip searched, and you're going to be. So the way I'm looking at it is that level of security. I am going to take my.
My question would be for, like, let's say you're approaching a military base that's in a foreign country, and a foreigner approaches the base like this. I've heard mixed stories. Yeah, you're getting clapped, bro. You're getting clapped. It's like, do not cross the red line. Do not cross the red line. You were warned. Now you are clapped.
You see the video of the Iranians that thought they could walk past the red line?
Yeah.
Dude was like, waka 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 waka. And so that was it. So I would say straight up, I would still go with, just me personally, in the airlock, I'm taking my medical shears out. I am cutting her clothes off until
hang on. Is the airlock in the gates, in the thing that she approached? You're going to bring her in.
Okay, so it's like the gates are complete, even if they're fashioned out of wood and aluminum siding or whatever.
Even if they're just a bunch of chopped trees that are stacked up.
Yeah, it's a gate, right? An airlock is basically you have for viewers, for everyone watching.
It's
you
as
have
close to the gate as possible. Correct.
Yes, you have
Okay,
the gate totally around your whole
All right, I
community,
got you.
and then a gate opens up to another area that has another gate. So once they get past that first one, they are locked in an area and cannot go anywhere. So from there, the team is cutting their clothes off, the child and the woman. Sorry, they're getting zip tied and hog tied, and literally, just so you all know, with 3 zip ties, you can hog tie somebody. I'm just saying. So that way you don't have to whack them.
You're gonna hog tie though, like you can't just detain without like
No,
having their hands
because
and
what is
feet.
she's got a god pocket, bro. She could have anything in there.
I don't know about anything, but something.
She could have something. She could have a literal clack, like it, whatever. She could have eaten a pound of C4 and could be sitting in there like.
All right. So that's what you did, right? You brought them in, you keep them in the airlock. Are you treating? What are you doing at that point?
No, they're looking at a muzzle until we figure out what's going on with the perimeter.
All right.
They're
So like I said, 30 minutes around clacks off from the tree line. Okay.
The same area where the thermal images are.
Correct.
So we see the boom on the thermal, we see the flash on the thermal.
Yeah, and probably 5 minutes before that, whoever's on the thermal says the signatures are now closer and spreading. After you brought her inside, right? You brought her in. The signatures are getting closer. They're spreading out in the airlock.
Yeah.
Okay. They can't see her anymore, right? Like your airlock is not for everyone to see at 200 yards out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you brought her into the airlock. You detained. And the signatures are spreading out. They're getting closer, and then you hear a clack of a round go off. All right?
That's an excellent point, Telhart.
Where'd Telhart go?
The truck could be rigged with an IED for sure. Yeah, vehicles are. It could be a V bed. Who knows?
100%. I would say if it was 2 a.m. and a car's approaching with no lights,
it's getting engine blocked.
It's getting engine blocked, or whatever means of approach this is, like, should have been blocked off anyway.
For sure.
Right? Like,
this should have been.
They're not getting that. That's my instinct in general. Is like they're not getting that close because the roads are blocked.
It's not drivable. Yeah, you cannot. You can only traverse it on foot. If this were our communities, of course.
Yeah. Or let's say it was far enough away that it's not a threat, and she got out and walked the rest of the way.
Yeah. My guess is that's Delta Mike saying that he can't make it back in, and he's gonna
buy a new laptop tomorrow.
Okay, so is that it? Like, am I supposed to go on? There was a shot. What happened? Like, what do I do?
The point is to force discussion around trust versus paranoia, resource allocation, leadership under pressure, rules of engagement, which we've covered all of this stuff, moral lines, and survival situations. So I think we've pretty much hit that home. I did ask an expansion, so let's see.
Can I add one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just one thing I want to add. The Karen that was complaining about whatever, the dude that wanted humanitarian relief, and all those things, they don't matter when there's potential lethal threats. Like, I don't care like that. But someone wanted to whatever, that was my birthday goat, or all of that internal stuff. Whatever's going on, I don't care, and security is number one. So, and I get where ChatGPT is coming with this. It's like, well, you're in the position, you're charged with the position of authority, and you're supposed, don't care at that point. Safety, and I get a lot of people are in the chat are saying like, yo, just shoot him, just kill him. I could tell you that that would probably not be regardless of what happens, that is probably not going to be the best situation, because what if What if those dudes outside our area are just like us and they're waiting to see what's going to happen? And if we're people of good moral character, and then they're waiting to see how we treat a starving woman and child, and then when we just walk out, and then they're like, all right, like let loose on them. You know, who knows? I'm just saying.
It's much better to do it behind closed doors, like hog tying them.
Yeah.
Bringing them within their
For their safety, right?
Yeah.
And maybe maybe you tell them, hey, how about this? I'll give you the choice. We could either shoot you in the sternum and let you bleed out with your child, or which both of you, or I could cut your clothes off of you and hog tie you. Okay, hog tie. All right, got it.
Now, if they were smart, this is what they would do. Okay, let's say you're on the other side of the situation, which my women and child, I'm not sending them to approach strangers. Period. I don't care. Don't care if we all starve. We will go into a field and pray for manna to drop out of the sky, and for God to find us bugs to eat. Before we do that. Mm-hmm. But if they were smart, what they would have done is send her in with comms. Yeah. Right? That way, if we do bring her into an airlock and they do strip search you, they're going to find a radio and we can talk. Yeah. Right? We can have a human-to-human conversation and say, look, this is the truth. Please treat them, okay? Yeah. And please take care of them. And you know what I would say over the comms? Dude, we're going to check them. We're going to make sure they don't have anything on them. We're going to hold them for quite some time, but we will treat them and we will make sure that they're safe. I will maintain this comms communication with you and keep you up to date. You better leave that tree line because you're not going to sit out there and watch us. We will engage with you. Yeah. Okay. And who killed the goat, bro? Who touched my goat? Because you actually owe me something. You guys killed the goat, and I have to treat your person right now. Yeah. So, you know what? I'm going to expect this right now. If you want this to go well, you're going to drop me a supplies of whatever you have. Mm-hmm. Okay? I don't care. You better make an offering here. Yeah. I want whoever was in that car, you go to that location, you take a bag of something and you throw it as far as you can and you disappear. Because if I find the heat signature in the next 30 minutes, we're going to take you out and the woman and child are gone as well. So that would be smart on their end. They better become better at negotiating because what you just did is not okay. So we're gonna have to have a discussion.
Even if it's just like your rifle, you're a part of your loadout, whatever, like something to make right for the resource that you've taken from us. And why did it happen? How did it happen? Like, I guess I wouldn't care as much about that, but I would need to make sense of it. But that also makes me think that someone could literally have already infiltrated our area, so there's definitely a lot to unpack with that.
I mean, they threw the dead goat out there and it's like maybe it was a wolf or a coyote or something. Who knows? Maybe it's totally unrelated,
or that they're not hoarding food. It could be them too.
It could be them too.
Yeah,
right?
It could be an internal thing.
One thermal signature signature backs off quickly like a runner. The rest remain. Ooh, that's a rough one. Thermal scope says there's a runner on the thermal signature that looks like it's running back, and the rest of the group under thermal remains. Are they signaling to others or reporting a response?
Hold on. So what do they mean there's a runner? Meaning that there's the other people are staying static and one person is running away?
Yeah.
Oof. It's interesting. Like out in the city with like drug dealers and stuff, things that are so simple could be fatal mistakes, right? So I'll use a different analogy. All right,
let me give you one more under thermal though.
Go ahead.
Motion is detected near your water source area. Bro, you're being encroached on hard.
Yeah. Something. This is definitely way more like there's a lot more going on, or maybe ChatGPT is like this is a movie plot or something, and there's more to the story. But where, like, I would need to know where's the water source, how close is it? Is it within? Because honestly, we should have built the community around the water source to use it as a something we can control.
Oh. The child says quietly, "They said you would help us," and then we go inside.
Oh, yo. Zip tie his neck.
All right. Phase 3, 3 to 8 hours later. Things are tightening. The event trigger at 4:40. Power systems flickers, solar battery disruption or tampering. A single suppressed gunshot hits near a guard position. No clear shooter identified. This is now no longer passive observation. This is pressure.
Straight up, every heat signature is donezo.
Yeah.
And I would have already, in my opinion, I would have already said,